On July 2nd, a video of France's Ousmane Dembele and Antoine Griezmann, who belong to FC Barcelona, allegedly discriminating against Japanese people was leaked. The video was taken when Dembele and Griezmann called local staff into the room to set up the equipment to play a soccer video game at their hotel. Dembele, who seems to have taken this video, was shooting with a camera how 3 Japanese-speaking staff were setting up the equipment. He told Griezmann, who was by his side,
"Don't you feel embarrassed to call these ugly faces to play the game?"
In addition, while shooting the faces of the 2 Japanese staff in close-up, he laughed and said,
"What kind of language is the language of a developing country? Isn't your country technologically advanced?"
I couldn't hear the words Griezmann spoke, but I could see him laughing with Dembele. This video is believed to be a past footage from Griezmann's hairstyle, and may have been shot in the summer of 2019, when Barcelona visited Japan on a pre-season tour. Dembele and Griezmann remained silent about the video, but on the 5th they explained and apologized. First, Dembele wrote through Instagram as follows.
"Recently, a private video of 2019 has been released on SNS. The stage happened to be Japan, but I would have used the same expression no matter where on earth. It did not target a specific community. I'm private and I use these expressions no matter if I'm a friend or someone from any country. I understand that the footage has become public and may have hurt the people in it. For that reason, I would like to sincerely apologize."
Griezmann also apologized to the Japanese on social media, emphasizing that he had taken a position against discrimination.
"I have vowed to oppose any form of discrimination. For the past few days, there have been people trying to make me a non-me person. I refuse to blame me, and if I hurt my Japanese friends, I apologize."
Did you take this word of the 2 as an apology? Griezmann apologized for his discriminatory behavior towards the Japanese, but it was newly discovered that he had made insulting statements to Asians. The new problem is the video released on the official YouTube of Barcelona on August 1, 2019. When FC Barcelona came to Japan on the pre-season tour, Griezmann imitated the pronunciation of Asians and said "ching chong" while the players were immersed in the pool and recovered. Ching chong is a word used to insult East Asians. This video wasn't particularly problematic at the time, as it was published on the official FC Barcelona channel. However, since Griezmann and Dembele discriminated against Japanese people became a problem, this video was also pointed out as racial discrimination and has been strongly criticized. First, I would like to say what I am thinking on Dembele and Griezmann, who discriminated against Japanese people. First, Dembele's words. Ugly faces. There is a general voice to Dembele, "Look at your face," but Dembele's appearance is irrelevant. He's just a stupid scum that says ugly face to others. What's more, for the Japanese staff who were called out because Dembele and Griezmann couldn't set up video games, there is no reason why Japanese staff are said to have an ugly face. Then said it yourself. And what is the language of a developing country? If there are only 3 words, it may be called the language of a developing country. I didn't know that Japan was a developing country. Even I, a Japanese person, was surprised at the information. Dembele shot the faces of 2 Japanese staff in close-up, but I can't believe he would insult someone else's face without permission. Regarding the scene where Griezmann is laughing, I thought, what are you laughing at? However, this video alone does not yet tell if Griezmann is a racist. Next, I would like to talk about the apologies of Dembele and Griezmann. After being flooded with criticism on July 2 in a video of discrimination against Japanese people, they remained silent for 3 days until they apologized. After 3 days of silence, the 2 published a provocative statement named Apology. I have always promised to oppose all forms of discrimination. Griezmann used insults against East Asians in his videos, but does he intend to say he's not a racist yet? Does he really think it is bad for others to discriminate, but it is good for him to discriminate? His phrase "I refuse to blame me" means I don't regret, right? Japanese friends, he said, but Japanese don't make friends with racists. Here is a question for you. Do you discriminate or have prejudice? If you think, I can't discriminate, or I have no prejudice, be careful. Why do people prejudice and discriminate? That's because it's inevitable to look down on people and make yourself look high and strong, and to be disgusted as long as you're a person. People tend to have the psychology of "I want to have an advantage over others." Looking down on someone and claiming that you are better than others is like self-reporting that you are not confident in yourself. They are miserable people who cannot maintain their identity without looking down on others. Racists are in a bad way kind calls friends. Also, as long as you are a person, you cannot help feeling disgusted. For example, have you ever been disgusted by seeing a minority or the socially vulnerable? I think it is inevitable for a person to have such bad feelings. I think it is a violation of human rights to deny what people feel unpleasant by seeing and hearing. It can't be helped that emotions rise up. However, it is absolutely wrong to criticize or insult others just because you feel disgusted. The same is true of the appearance of people in the race of Japanese, which Dembele insulted. Like Dembele, it is foolish to insult someone just because it doesn't fit your values. Neither the insulted nor the insulted has anything to gain. Rather, only the racists lose important things, and the only ones that remain around the scum are the scum of similar people. People who criticize or insult what can't be helped are scum. For example, there is no reason to be criticized just because you were born as a Japanese. To change people's ethics, we should impose heavier crimes around the world on hate speech and hate crimes. In Japan, French are known to discriminate against Asians. But, I do not discriminate against French people just because Dembele and Griezmann discriminate against Japanese and Asians. In addition, I am not discriminate against whites or blacks. Even if the Japanese are discriminated against, if I also discriminate against them, I will be scum as them. We strongly oppose discrimination. The bad guys are not the French, but the racists and the immoral. It may be difficult to eliminate prejudice and discrimination, but it is foolish to attack or insult others. And by fostering morality, people should be able to reduce discrimination and promote understanding of diverse values.